Hey, how's it going? It's George Pierce here. We are back at it with another video. Today we're doing Geometry Assignment 9? Geometry Assignment 9. It's all about circles today, so get yourself ready. Let's math it up. All right, so, just put this down here. Today we have a bunch of circles on the screen, as you can see. It looks a little strange, perhaps, because it's a little bit wider than it should be, but it's because my screen is stretched a little bit to fit onto this canvas. Anyway, welcome back. We are going to go through some of what we're doing today. So this is assignment number 9, and we are going to be using our formula, circumference is equal to diameter times pi, to find the circumference of these following circles. You can also think of it as circumference is equal to d pi, diameter times pi. All right, so I'm going to write 1a is going to be c is equal to d pi. There we go. That's how I'm going to be writing my pi symbol. You can see right here, it's like a bend, and a line on top. D pi, that's my pi symbol. All right. We are going something, my circumference is equal to my diameter, which is 8.2 multiplied by pi, which is 3.14. I know these two values. There's my diameter. That's pi, 3.14. You can use the pi button on your calculator, and I'm going to actually be doing that, and it'll get you pretty much to that same spot. Very, very, very close. So let's look over at our, let's see here, calculator. That's what I want. Okay, so we'll go 8.2 multiplied by 3.14. It's kind of nice to not use the pi button on our calculator and to use the value 3.14 because it just helps us remember it. So we'll do that. 25.748. So let's round that up to 25 point, or let's round it down to 25.7. Our circumference is equal to 25.7. We could say 7.5 potentially. What do they say on our answer sheet here? 25.8. Let's see what happens when we use our pi button. 8.2 times pi. 25.76. So you can see here that when we use the pi button, instead of 748, it brought us 761. So there is this little bit of difference based on whether you're using the more accurate calculation of pi or 3.14, which is a little bit lower than the actual number of pi. So use that as your discrepancy. If I would see 25.7 rather than 25.8, I would count that as accurate still. Okay, so our circumference is equal to diameter times pi. And our diameter, so our circumference, will be equal to 7.8 multiplied by 3.14. Let's do that. 7.8 multiplied by 3.14. And that's going to equal 24.492. Let's say 24.5. Our circumference will be equal to 24.5. And meters, this is important. I didn't include this in the last one. My MI is our units of measurement for this last one. meters. For this one, 1 D, or C, sorry. 1 C. So let's go this one. This is 14, the diameter is 14 miles across this circle. It's a giant circle. And our formula to find the circumference is going to be C is equal to diameter multiplied by pi. So C, circumference, is equal to 14 multiplied by 3.14. Now, let's go and do that on our calculator. 14 times 3.14, again, 43.96. 14 times pi is equal to 43.98. You could round that up to 44. Equals 43.98 miles. So I'm thinking that our answer sheet might actually say 44. 1C. Yeah, it's rounded it up to 44, and that is okay. You are close enough there. You are right along that allowable limit of being off. All right, so let's go to 1D. So we're going to do our circumference is going to be equal to our diameter times pi, and our diameter is 6. Our circumference will be equal to 6 multiplied by 3.14. Let's go to our calculator. 6 times 3.14 is equal to 18.84. Circumference is equal to 18.84 meters. You could round that up to 8, or round that down to 8. 18.8. And if you used pi, this is interesting. So 6 times pi, 18.849. Ooh, that's close to 8.5. Okay. Let's just like round as little as possible. Round to that 10th. Let's round to that 10th spot. And next question, 1E, is going to be circumference is equal to the diameter of the circle times pi. So that means circumference is equal to 7.2 multiplied by 3.14. And when we do that, we're going to get we're going to get 7.2 times 3.14 is equal to 22.6. Our circumference of this circle will be equal to 22.6 centimeters. Square my answer. Next one. Oh, this is a good one. All right, so the circumference of the circle will be equal to the diameter of the circle times pi. The circumference of the circle will be equal to 10 times 3.14, which will equal, circumference of the circle will equal 31.4. That's it. 31.4 inches. I want to make sure that's in there. I always forget. Not always. I forgot a few times. Now, let's go question number 2A. So now we're looking for the diameter before we are putting it in. So it's giving us the radius. So this is the radius. This is R. And if we want to find the diameter, we need to have double the radius. And the radius is going to be, or the diameter will be 2 times the radius, right? There's the radius, there's the diameter. So first we're going to multiply 7.3 times 2. And then once we have that, then we're going to multiply that by pi. So 7.3 times 2 is 14.6. So, you know, usually that's not too hard, multiplying something by 2 and then getting at that. So let's go diameter or circumference of the circle is equal to diameter times pi, and our diameter now is here, 14.6. So we need to make sure that we multiply our radius times 2 to get our diameter, and then multiply the diameter by pi. So our circumference is going to be equal to 14.6 times 3.14. And we can do that. 14.6 times 3.14 is equal to 45.84. Circumference will equal 45.84 inches. Box our answer, move to that next question. 7.4. So there's our radius, so this is going to be 7.4 times 2 will equal 14.8 this time. So that's our diameter. And so circumference will be equal to diameter times pi. Oops. And that means circumference is equal to 14.8 times 3.14. And I'm going to use my calculator to do that. 14.8 times 3.14 is equal to 46.47. Circumference is equal to 46.47 feet in this case. Feet. Box my answer. 1C. 2C, sorry. 7.9. So 7.9 times 2 is going to be 16 minus 0.2, 15.8. 15.8. And so our circumference of this circle is equal to diameter times pi. Circumference will be equal to 15.8 times 3.14, and that will be 15.8. 15.8 multiplied by 3.14 is equal to 49.6. Circumference is equal to 49.6 feet. That's our answer. Circle it, move on. All right, so radius is 6 meters. So we want to multiply that by 2. That's going to be 12 meters is going to be our diameter. And that means our circumference is equal to diameter times pi. Circumference is equal to 12 times 3.14. And that is 12 times 3.14. Whoops. 12 times 3.14 is equal to, 12 times 3.14 is equal to 37.68. 37.68. Circumference is equal to 37.68 meters. I could round that up to 37.7, but that's totally okay. All right. multiplied by 2, 2.6, multiplied by 2 to get our circumference. Get our diameter. So that's going to be 52, 5.2, 5.2 is our diameter. So that means our change this song here. All right. Circumference is equal to diameter times pi. Circumference is equal to 5.2 multiplied by 3.14. That means 5.2 times 3.14 equals 16.32. Our circumference will be equal to 16.32 feet. In this case, it's feet is the measure. And let's do 2f. 6.9 times 2 is going to be, 14, 140, 138. 138 or 13.8, 12.8, yeah. Okay, 13.8 is our diameter. We're going to go circumference is equal to diameter times pi, and that means circumference is equal to 13.8 multiplied by 3.14, and circumference will be equal to 13.8 times 3.14, 43.33. 43.33 centimeters. Okay. Pretty straightforward so far. This next one, calculating the area of a circle. So the area of a circle is related to its radius multiplied by pi times radius squared. So the square of the radius times pi. Okay. So area is equal to pi times r squared. Area of this circle is going to be equal to 3.14 times 7.1 squared. 7.1 squared is equal to 50.41. So the area will be equal to 3.14 times 50.41. Whoops. 50.41. Right, because 7 squared is 50.41. And when we do that, multiplied by 3.14, 158.287. 158.28, let's see. The area will be equal to 158.28 inches squared. Let's look how close that is using the pi. 158.28 squared. So now this is rounded up. And let's see what happens when I do 50.41 times pi. All right, let's look at it this way. 50.41 times pi, 158.36. So again, this is going to be a small issue that you run into when you're using 3.14 versus up here you can see it 3.141592653588979, and that goes on for a long time. So it's just a slightly larger number. So it impacts the answer and makes the answer slightly bigger. In this case, 12 tenths bigger. Or 12 hundredths bigger, sorry. Okay. So this one's going to be area of this circle will be equal to pi times r squared. The area will be equal to 3.14 multiplied by 36, because that's, well, let's just take a step back. Multiplied by 6 squared. The area of the circle will be equal to 3.14 times 36. Let's do 3.14. 36 times 3.14 equals 113.04. The area will be equal to 113.04 feet squared. Area is equal to pi r squared. Area will be equal to 3.14 multiplied by 5.1 squared. Now, 5.1 squared is, well, let's just do this on the calculator. Skip the second step. 5.1 squared times 3.14 equals 81.67. Area is equal to 81.67 centimeters squared. Now I skipped the squaring the number and writing it all over again. As you get more confident with this, you're going to start doing that, especially if you have a good calculator that holds those numbers in there, like my iPad. Area is equal to pi times r squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 4 squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 16. Times 16. 16 times 3.14, 50.24. Area is equal to 50.24 kilometers squared. Let's look at the next one. 7. Area is equal to pi times r squared. So our area of this circle will be equal to 3.14 times 7 squared. Area will be equal to 3.14 multiplied by 49. Let's do that calculation. 49 times 3.14, 153.86. Area is equal to 153.86 kilometers squared. Three feet. All right. Area is equal to pi times r squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 3 squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 9. Area is equal to 3.14 times 3. 3.14 times not 3.14 times 9 equals 28.26. 28.26 feet squared. Okay, last few questions here. So now we're given the radius. Sorry, we're given the diameter and need to find the radius. So first we need to cut the diameter in half. So this is going to be 8 divided by 2, or 8 divided by 2, which will equal 4. So area will be equal to pi times radius squared, and area will be equal to 3.14 times 4 squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 16. Area is equal to 3.14 times 16, 50.24, 50.24 inches squared. B. All right. Let's go 12 divided by 2. That will equal 6. So our radius is 6. So we go area. Area is equal to pi times r squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 6 squared. Area is equal to 3.14 times 36. Our area is equal to 3.14 times 36 is equal to 113.04. 113.04 inches squared. .6 divided by 2 is going to equal 2.3. Our area will be equal to pi times r squared. Our area is equal to 3.14 multiplied by 2.3 squared. 2.3 squared times 3.14 equals 16.61. Area is equal to 16.61 miles squared. All right, D, 16 over 2, that is going to be equal to 8. Our radius is 8, so our area is equal to pi times radius squared. Our area will be equal to 3.14 multiplied by 8 squared, and 8 squared times 3.14 is equal to 200.96. Area is equal to 200.96 miles squared. Is probably going to round that one up to 201 as an answer. That's pretty close. Last one, 9.2 over 2 is going to be 4.6. 4.6 is equal to 4.6. All right, so area is equal to pi times radius squared. So our area will be equal to 3.14 times 4.6 squared. Let's see, 4.6 to the power of 2 times 3.14 equals 66.44. Our area is equal to 66.44 inches squared. Last one here, 5.6. When you divide 5.6 by 2, you're going to get 5.6 divided by 2. Oh, 2.6. 2.8. Yeah, all right, 2.8. 2.8. All right. Area will be equal to pi times radius squared. Our area will be equal to 3.14 times 2.8 squared. Area will be equal to 2.8 squared times 3.14 is equal to 24.61. 24.61 feet squared. All right. That's it. That's the last one. All right. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you found some stuff that helped you get through this worksheet. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how you like the video. Take it easy. I'll catch you on the next one. Let's math it up.